When President Obama went on 60 Minutes, he said some things that apparently caught the ire of the Republicans. President Obama could go out there and be like, the sky is blue and the grass is green. And the Republicans would be like, how dare you? Do you know that at night, is it blue? Is it blue at night? No, it's black, isn't it? Thank you, liar. Grass, sometimes will it turn yellow because of the drought from climate change? Yeah, sometimes it'll turn yellow. Liar. So we've got a couple of instances of that here. First of all, on campaigns going overboard, he's asked about this. He says, look, Mitt Romney's folks are having a lot of issues with veracity. How about your own people? Let's watch.
Look, the fact checkers have had problems with the ads on both sides and say that they've been misleading and in some cases just not true. Does that disturb you? I mean, some of them are your ads.
You know, do we see sometimes us going overboard in our campaign? Are there mistakes that are made? Are there, areas where there's no doubt that somebody could dispute how we are presenting things? That happens in politics.
Oh my God! He just admitted you've gone overboard. You've gone overboard. Okay, yeah. Look, he's saying mistakes are made. If he said the opposite, they said, no, I've never made a mistake on the campaign trail, and we've never gone overboard. They'd be like, can you believe he says he's infallible? Oh, Mr. Obama walks on water. Oh, he never makes a mistake. No, he's so biased. He says they never go overboard and other guys do. And by the way, this is perfect for conservative conspiracy theories because 60 Minutes left that out of the television broadcast. They're like, of course. Trying to protect Obama. If they were trying to protect Obama, why'd they ask it in the first place? And why'd they put it online? Okay, second of all, here's what's on TV that the Republicans are also complaining about. Let's go to his answer about Netanyahu. The Republicans say you should meet with him 24/7, 365 days of the year. In fact, there's some chance that he should move into the White House, but he hasn't moved into the White House yet. How do you answer to that? Let's find out.
You're saying you don't feel any pressure from Prime Minister Netanyahu in the middle of a campaign to try and get you to change your policy and draw a line in the sand? You don't feel any pressure?
When it comes to our national security decisions, any pressure that I feel is simply to do what's right for the American people. And I am going to block out any noise that's out there. Now, I feel an obligation, not pressure, but obligation, to make sure that we're in close consultation with the Israelis on these issues because it affects them deeply.
Did you find out what the problem there was? I mean, he seems to give a pretty boring answer about how he's got an obligation to Israel, but at the same time, he's not going to get pressured. He said noise at one point, block out the noise. Are you comparing Prime Minister Netanyahu to noise? Is that what you're doing, President Obama? How could you? Our deepest ally has been mortally wounded by your words. How desperate are you in this campaign that that's what you got to go on? That's really sad, but they're not done. They have found another horrible thing that President Obama said. Now let's see if you can pick it up.
I said even at the time that this is going to be a rocky path. The question presumes that somehow we could have stopped this wave of change. I think it was absolutely the right thing for us to do to align ourselves with democracy. I was pretty certain and continue to be pretty certain that there are going to be bumps in the road because in a lot of these places, the one organizing principle has been Islam, the one part of society that hasn't been controlled completely by the government.
Now, when answering that question about the Arab Spring, he seemed to say reasonable things. Look, it's not going to always be smooth. We're going to have bumps in the road, but we're headed in the right direction. What did you want us to do? Not support democracy? So where's the issue? Are you calling the ambassador's death a bump in the road? No, that's not what he did. Here's saying, yeah, we have some issues as we go forward with Arab Spring. It turns out when you give democracy to Egypt, the Egyptians don't turn around and go, yes, America, what would you like us to do? Of course, right? No, I cannot believe he disrespected the life and the memory of Ambassador Stevens. No, that's sheer desperation. Issues here on agreeing with Republicans especially. This is the usual maddening Obama.
The only way we bring down our deficit is to do it in a balanced way. So keep in mind, I've agreed with the Republicans And we've already cut $1 trillion of spending. And I've told them I'm prepared to do additional spending cuts and do some entitlement reform. But what I've said is, you can't ask me to make student loans higher for kids who need it, or ask seniors to pay more for their Medicare, or throw people off of health care, and not ask somebody like me or Mr. Romney to do anything, not ask us to do a single dime's worth of sacrifice.
Now, as you look at that by itself, you think like, well, that's so obviously true. Obviously, you need to have the rich chip in too. But think about how soft that position is. Meaning, hey, I will do all of these things. I will hurt the students. I will hurt the seniors. I will hurt the middle class. And what I'm asking for is for you to chip in just a tiny little bit from the rich. Well, that's not good enough. And that's not a progressive position. I don't want you hurting all those people for a little bit of chipping in by the rich. No, that makes no sense. That's grossly inequitable. And listen to what he said there. He just promised you that if he is reelected, he will work with Republicans and cut entitlements. They call them entitlements, but I tell you this every time, it's because we're entitled to them, because we paid into them our whole lives, Social Security and Medicare. If President Obama's reelected and you get this guy, he's telling you right now, I will strike another terrible bargain with the Republicans if I can, where I get a little bit in return, and then I will hurt all the people that I'm telling you I'm here to protect. That is not helpful at all. That grand bargain is a guarantee. As soon as President Obama is reelected, he will strike a deal with the Republicans where you'll get exactly that. He's got more on it.
When I first came into office, the head of the Senate Republicans say my number one priority is making sure President Obama is a one-term president. Now, after the election, either he will have succeeded in that goal or he will have failed at that goal. Either way, my expectation is, my hope is, that that's no longer their number one priority, and I'm hoping that after the smoke clears and the election season's over, that spirit of cooperation comes more to the fore.
Yeah, any minute now. Although he's right about one thing. There's already Republican smoke signals saying, hey, you know what? That grand bargain that Obama keeps offering us is actually awesome. Let's jump in it. Okay, let's just take it and run, man. So, look, these Tea Party guys and the right-wing guys and Koch brothers and Grover Norquist, they wanted the moon, right? They didn't want to put in a single cent from the rich, and they want to take it all from the middle class and put it in their pocket. Well, it looks like if Obama wins, we're not going to be able to get that. But you know what? What he's offering us, in the immortal words of John Boehner, I believe also on 60 Minutes, in the last deal that they struck, Boehner said, I got 98% of what I wanted. And Obama's offering them 98% of what they want again. So I think Republicans are now thinking, well, that's actually a pretty good offer. Let's go ahead and grab that. So that's the reality that's waiting for you. That's the real criticism of President Obama.